Hi everyone, it's Kristen here. I am going to be doing a card reading for you today. I'm really excited about this. It's actually the first one that I've done for a group on a recording like this, so I hope you enjoy it. It's going to be a follow-up to the blog post that I did for our Soul Note Sunday this week. So the theme is going to be on self-love, and I thought this was a great theme given that it's Valentine's Day today. And I know people have all sorts of different feelings about what Valentine's Day means, whether it means something to you or it doesn't. Either way, it's never a bad day to go inward and connect with the love within ourselves. So I do card readings a little bit differently. I am going to pull a reading and I'll walk you through what all the cards mean as we go through it. It's the inner wisdom kind of self-healing spread that I use. And as we go through it, I'm going to encourage you actually to tune into your own inner wisdom, because this isn't about giving our power away, even if it is to spirit or to your guides or to what other people's wisdom is. It's for you to take in the wisdom and then feel out in your body whether it's meant for you or not. And as we tune in, I'm going to bring you into a state of mindfulness first. We'll connect with the group energy of everybody who's going to be hearing this reading. And I'm going to encourage you to feel into any sensations that come up in your body as you hear the messages that come through, any emotions that might come up for you if you get moved by anything that's said, and also how your mind responds. Like, what are your beliefs? What are your values? How do you respond to the messages that come up? And this is going to give you a lot of information about what this group reading means for you personally. Okay. Um, as we go through this, some messages are going to feel like a hell yes for you, where it feels really aligned. You're like, yes, my soul screams yes to that. Other messages you might feel triggered by, and that's why we need to tune into our own body, because whenever we're triggered, it actually doesn't necessarily mean that the message isn't for you. It means that there's something there that's a lesson to learn for you, some kind of shadow work to be cleared up. Anything that isn't neutral, that we don't take in a neutral way, is opportunity for learning. And whether you agree with it or not, that's still self-discovery, right? So if you learn from a message that it's not for you, or if you learn that it is for you, either way, you're learning something from it. Okay. So I hope that gives you a little bit of a, a lead into what we're going to do, but I'll walk you through the whole process as we do it. The cards that I'm going to use today are the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. I've been studying with her tarot for a little while now, and I really love the imagery that comes forward, and the colors and all that stuff just speaks to my soul. So we are going to use that today. And before we get started, I am just going to invite you to get really present with yourself first. Okay. So, whatever has been going on in your day today, take these next few minutes to slow down, to get present. And let's take 3 breaths together. If it feels right for you to put your hand on your heart, you can. Otherwise, you can let your hands just rest wherever it feels right for you. Okay. If you feel comfortable closing your eyes, I invite you to close your eyes. Take a big breath in and let it out. And just acknowledge what your day has been like so far. Take a little mental note of everything that happened today, everything that brought you to be right here in this moment. And I'd love for you to give yourself permission to just be here as you are. There's nothing that needs to change. Just honor how your body is showing up right now, how your emotions are showing up right now. Any mental activity that's showing up right now, it's all welcome here. And then I invite you to tune into your breath. So as you notice how you're showing up, just bring your focus and attention to your breath. Again, there's no need to change anything here. Just notice how it naturally rises and falls. And just take a few breaths like that. And tuning into the energy in your heart, giving yourself some gratitude for showing up for yourself right now. To take these next few moments to go on a little journey of self-discovery and inner healing. Just acknowledging that there's others here on this journey with you as well, and just welcoming their energy, knowing that their energy doesn't have to come into your space. You get to take up your own space here, but just knowing you're not alone. Perfect. And then just take one more nice big deep breath here. Open your eyes when you're ready. Okay, we're going to get started. All right, so I am just going to tune in myself here, and we're going to shuffle this deck. And we're just going to ask what messages want to come forward on the theme of self-love for our soul-inspired community today. Okay, so again, you're going to tune into your own inner wisdom to see what these messages mean for you. And we're just going to tune into what the group needs to hear, what any individual here needs to hear right now, always with the intention of uplifting the heart of our world to greater experiences of love, health, and harmony. Okay, our first card has come out. And I will show you what it is once I get all of the cards out on the table here. I always just wait for a little inner nudge as to when to pull these cards. So let's see here. Oops. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. So if you've been to my Find Your Spark workshop, we actually talked about the self-healing cycle. And that's what I based this spread on. Okay. All right, so the theme of this reading, the intention was around self-love. And the theme that's coming up is the card of temperance. And hopefully you can see that. So again, as we go through the reading, just tune into the card yourself. See if the image brings up any feelings, any sensations for you. This card of temperance is a card from the major arcana, which means that we are learning major lessons around self-love right now. These are big life-shifting moments for us. And what I love about this card is just look at the orb of light that is shining above his head. There is a connection to divine wisdom that is coming forward for us right now. As we connect into our divine wisdom, that is going to give us some messages about what self-love means for us. There is a balance that comes with this card. And as I tune into this card and the meaning of it, it's really about balancing within ourselves, the feminine and the masculine, the doing and the receiving, the logical and the intuitive. It's about actually embodying, not necessarily even finding balance between those two, but embodying both in a balanced way. This card for me is all about embodiment. And you can see that he's just sitting back there pretty relaxed, but there's a little bit of an intensity too, right? To this energy. There's like a deep inner knowing that we're looking to connect with on this path of self-love. And what my heart wants to say right now is just that there's so much love in the universe for us that we've just been taught to forget. There's so much love on the other side that's coming forward for us. And from that divine spark of light, when we connect inward and upward, just connect in with that white light right now and feel that coming down into your body. What does that feel like? When I talked about self-love in the blog post this week, we talked about how love encompasses both the good and the bad, the right and the wrong, the difficult and the easy. Love is actually the third point, and that's what I see in this. We have right and wrong here, right? right and wrong, logical and intuitive. And then we always have this third point that rises up above both of those two and embodies both of it. So as we embody our light, as we embody our soul's light and our soul's virtues, whatever those might be for you, they're going to be different for everybody. We start to really embody love. So that is actually the theme of this reading, which I love, is this embodiment of love, of that third point. So now what we're going to look at is where we might be getting blocked with that, or where we might need some wisdom in order to move forward with that. And there's just something coming forward about like material security. You know, we live in a world right now where a lot of people still don't have their material needs met, and I want to acknowledge that. But on a large scale, the Page of Pentacles is kind of that young energy that is just on its path now to creating abundance in your life. And as we have this material abundance, this is what allows us actually to take this journey inward for self-improvement, self-development. When we're scrambling to get our needs met, our physical needs met, our nervous system isn't calm enough to be able to really do that inner work necessarily. We need to calm the nervous system down first. And this is why I always teach we need to find safety within ourselves first, safety within our environment, in order to go on this path of self-healing. So in order to find clarity around what your needs for self-love are, or where you can grow into more of this energy of self-love, I invite you to check in with what your safety needs are. Are you feeling safe in this world right now? Okay, so that's where we're going to, when we have this safety, clarity will come. So the next part of this reading is, what actions do we need to take, or what is getting in the way of us taking action? So it can show up in either way, and you can tune into what that means for you. So we have the Nine of Cups, and this is all about fulfillment, actually. And I just love how her heart energy is just shining light up into the sky. There's this emotional freedom. The cups talk of intuition, emotions. There's an emotional freedom that has come with this card. In order to take action, in order to actually be love in the world, we need to have a certain level of emotional maturity in order to do that. Once our emotional needs are met, and we can do this for ourselves, by the way, we can learn how to get our own emotional needs met. That's a whole other video I could do. But this is the action that we need to take, is working towards understanding our emotions, being able to feel our emotions if we've numbed out of them. Or sometimes we can be the opposite. We can be over expressive of our emotions, where everything is drama all the time, and our emotions just bubble up out of us. And sometimes we need to find some grounding to those emotions as well. So there's emotional lessons that need to be learned in order to take these actions to embodying that Temperance card, right? To be able to embody self-love, we need to feel emotionally secure and emotionally free. Okay. Now, in order to actually take that all in, so the next part on our self-healing journey, the first is always clarity. We need clarity in order to take action. Once we can take action, we take satisfying actions. Once your emotional needs are met, we have the, this is the Page of Cups here next. Sorry, I thought that said 7 for a second. The Page of Cups. So again, the page is this kind of teenager energy, this young energy of just starting on our emotional journey. Maybe we are just learning at this point in our lives what our emotions mean to us. Maybe we're just waking up out of being in a freeze mode of our emotions for a long time. Or maybe we've just been driven by our emotions in our life and we haven't learned how to ground them and how to make conscious choices rather than just reacting to everything that's coming around us. Or coming up around us. So this page is just kind of realizing that, you know, there's this pig flying, right? You know how we say that That's saying, oh, when pigs fly, that'll happen, as if it's not possible. But the page is starting to wake up to this wisdom that anything really is possible for us. We just need to use our imaginations more. We need to be more tapped in and tuned into the right side of our brain and our intuition. And once we start to tap into the magic of this universe and everything that exists around us and that is available to us, there is a feeling of safety that will come with that. We talked about needing safety in order to find our way on this path of self-love and to really embody that temperance card. This temperance is kind of like this all-knowing. There's a mastery of being in the human realm here on earth, this duality that we live in, by tapping into that divine wisdom. And the page is just on that journey, just beginning that journey of tapping into that divine wisdom. And I just love the blue in the background. The waters look calm. So there's a calmness that we find when we open our hearts to the world, when we master our emotions. This doesn't mean that we don't feel our emotions, by the way. Mastering our emotions doesn't mean that we don't cry, that we don't feel frustrated, that we don't feel angry. It means that we know how to move through the emotional realm in a healthy way. And that is actually what is going to open us up to our intuition and to see all of the possibilities that are here and available for us. Okay. As we go through this, the reward is, or when we get to rest and relax and restore, is, there's something that we're working on here to come to some stability in our material world. So the pentacles are all about the material world. And the Nine of Pentacles in particular is this journey that we've been on to come to this place of physical safety and kind of mastering this human earthly realm that we're on. She's just very relaxed and happy and calm. All of her needs are met. Her financial needs are met. Her security needs are met. Her emotional needs are met. And there's just this sense of, once our needs are met, we can relax and enjoy and get into the flow of this journey a little bit more. When we have abundance, this card is about abundance as well. When we have everything we need in ourselves, when we have this embodiment of love within ourselves, when we can move through this world as love, we have that love to give others. It actually never diminishes within us because we're just shining it all the time. There's this idea that we're giving love and we're taking love. And yes, there's this give and receive that we're always a part of as far as our energy goes. But when you can just be so full of love because it's coming from a divine source and it's coming from within you, you're actually not giving it away. You're just shining it in the world. And when you just shine love and when you can just be love in the world just gets to enjoy you. You don't have to spend energy or give energy away to others for them to take from you. When you're grounded within your own sovereign being, that love just emanates and you get to just shine it. Okay. So I'm just tuning in to see if there's anything else that I need to share with you today. I hope this has been helpful. I am going to pick one more card. I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to make this too long. I'm going to pick one more card just to sum everything up. But again, I just want you to sit with that and sit with the messages. Notice what's coming up in your body, how you feel about it. You might choose to sit down and do some journaling afterwards to just reflect on what this means for you. Let's pick one more card. This one is coming from the Power of Love. Love activation cards. I love these ones. They kind of remind me of those little heart candies that always come out around this time of year. So we have one that popped out for us. Let's have a look at what that one means. Compassion. I love this. I'm going to read it and then I'll put it up for you again. Compassion. You demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love. That's just what we said, isn't it? So I'm going to try to hold this up. I really want you, I love the colors in this deck. So just take in those rainbow colors because all of those colors exist within your soul and within the light that you're shining in the world. Notice which color that you're most drawn to and just feel into that energy because that energy is part of your essence. Okay. All right. I love that. I love talking about compassion. You demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love. Okay, what a beautiful way to end. As always, my intention is for us to uplift the heart of this world by supporting one another to create greater experiences of love, health, and harmony. I hope this reading was helpful for you. Please let me know how this landed for you. I would love to hear from you. And we'll see you next time. Okay, take care.